unhappiness and despair. The bloody stuff is everywhere. If we look over here, there's some despair. Look over there, I've got more cares. The world is burning, the world is melting. Everybody's worried about the old Brexit. People are panicking, culture is melting. Nobody knows what to do. I feel alright about stuff because I feel that from this place of crisis and meltdown, a new era will be born. That, you know, don't you, that for metamorphosis to occur, the old must die. There in the cocoon, it's not like the caterpillar just sprouts wings and antennae. It deconstitutes entirely, dies unto itself that it may be reborn. If you're experiencing unhappiness and despair on a personal level or on a cultural and social level, like I get so many emails from people saying, Russell, get out of my life. No, I get so many people from emails from people saying, I'm in despair, I'm unhappy, I'm a drug addict, I'm mentally ill, I'm depressed. Well, there's a reason for that. You're living in a mad culture that is predicated on stimulating negative aspects of your being, i.e. greed, desire. The same as sugar. Let's take the sugar analogy and think how it applies to sex and consumption in general. That sugar was a hard to attain commodity in the conditions for which we evolved. But now sugar is everywhere. So people have access to Mars bars that would not have been accessible in our hunter-gatherer conditions. Well, the same thing is true of pornographic imagery. The same thing is true of even human interaction. Condensed, concentrated and conditioned, corralled into environments for which we were not designed or evolved to live in. How can we be free? How can we claim objectivity even in the scientific field when science is funded, as we know, through a series of corporate funnels? I'm not suggesting that in the fields of technology and medicine there haven't been incredible advances and that any utopia would fully utilize these great inventions, these great advances, but there are so many ways for us to be human. And this despair, this unhappiness, this disappointment, this alienation that you are feeling, that is the awakening. That is the recognition in you that you are not living the life you were intended to live. Something in you is calling. As C.S. Lewis said, God is not an abstract constellation of ideas dictated from on high. It is the God of the belly, a continuing realization that you are not living the life that you could live. I hesitate to use the word should live, but you are not actualizing yourself in the most beneficial way. It is possible for us to live beautifully. Suffering, as the Buddha said, is of course inevitable, in that we're going to die, you're going to die, I'm going to die. Entropy, things fall apart. Nothing lasts forever. But potentially this craving for eternity, this craving for a place beyond limit, is a suggestion that at the essence of our being, distilled way down into the submolecular realm, the realm beneath our atomic and material forms, there is some conscious craving for oneness, a part of us that knows that deeply we are spiritual beings, souls temporarily possessing bodies rather than bodies that have inadvertently, through some accident of material growth, sprouted consciousness like a dodgy limb. No, consciousness precedes matter. Despair comes when we're out of alignment with truth, from truth with ourselves. But we can realign, we can awaken, we can become enlightened individually and culturally and socially, but first is necessary to become awakened individually. And there are steps you can take. They involve prayer and meditation. They involve acknowledging that the path that you're currently on is not the path you're intended to walk. They involve believing in change, accepting advice from outside, serious scrutiny and study of your past behaviours and flaws, confession, willingness to change, and surrender to a consciousness greater than your own, even if you believe that it's local to your own being, even if you don't believe that all things are conscious. Vibrating with awakeness and awareness that all things that are manifest now, all the wonderful technological advances of our fantastic scientific society, were once latent in the realm of the unmanifest. All the things that came through the mind of Newton or Musk or whoever it is you're into once lived in that grid of the unmanifest, and who knows what else may be realized, who knows what else may be held in the space between us. If you feel despair, I feel bad for your son. No, if you feel despair, it's quite plausible, and this is merely a symptom of your awareness. But it's completely possible for your condition and your circumstances to change. But in order to do that, you have to be willing to redirect your life. You have to be willing to engage with new purpose. And you probably should get on my mailing list, because it's the sort of thing I'm talking about organising. Go to russellbrand.com, sign up to it. We're looking at creating new communities, new ideas, alternative ways, new systems. If that's something that's of interest to you, join us. Hello, I'm doing these new videos more frequently now. Please hit the notification button at the end of this video, because then you'll get like a little bell when I post a new video, and I'd like you to get a little bell when I post a video. Then I can, I don't know, be buzzing away in your pocket. Sounds like I'd be like a little pocket mosquito. Anyway, subscribe, click the bell, because I want more people to watch the YouTube videos. You specifically.